not really new episode, but welcome to Fit the Description, a Black Men's podcast where various black men come together to talk about life, society, entertainment, culture, news, and whatever else we want to talk about from various black men's perspectives. I'm your host, G, and today we're actually taking a break or a hiatus just for this week. We're basically going to be delayed a week, and it's kind of my fault. I've just been dealing with some stuff, and I've been having to upgrade my entire setup, and it's been taking a lot longer than what I thought. And because of that, it kind of put me in a situation where now we had to delay this podcast that's supposed to come out today and push it back to next week. Don't worry, we will be coming back with a new episode next week, so stay tuned. Since we are on a delay, I thought I'll go ahead and use this time to talk to you about the podcast, the channel, any new updates, and also to maybe use this for new people coming in so you know exactly what this is about. So this will be a good place to start. I guess you could call it a special episode, and then next week we will be back with the regular stuff. So I guess you could say this is for the newbies and people that kind of want to know what's going on for the rest of the year, at least some of the plans. So let's go ahead. And the first thing I want to like to talk about is Fit the Description and OPN. Want to let you know what that is. So, like I said at the beginning, Fit the Description is a Black Men's podcast where we just talk about all kinds of stuff. What I try to do with this podcast is I try to bring on as many different ideologies and voices from various aspects of the black communities or wherever they're at, and try to bring them together just to have various different conversations. Sometimes we, just have fun and laugh. Other times we have debates or we have arguments. At the end of the day, we're going to be men about it. We only come together twice a month to have these conversations. Oh, and by the way, for y'all who don't know, we actually do a bi-weekly podcast where we do 2 episodes a month split into 2 chapters. So basically you get about 4 chapters a month is how it goes. One more thing I would like to add. In the first 20 minutes of the podcast, it's going to be censored, and we only do that basically because we upload to YouTube, and we don't really want to chance the guidelines, so we just decide to anything that's kind of, I don't know, any vulgar language, I guess that's how you say it, we're gonna cut for the first 20 minutes. But after 20 minutes, then all bets are off. So outside of maybe some of the more mature conversations that we had in the first 20 minutes, basically you could let your kids somewhat listen, and they won't have to hear nothing really vulgar, at least usually. We do have some things that slip through from time to time, and sometimes, things happen. So it is what it is. But for the most part, the first 20 minutes and only the first 20 minutes of the podcast will be censored. The rest of it will be uncensored. Once again, we only come together twice a month to have these conversations and to share our opinions. And again, like Keith says, it's just an opinion. So no matter how you take it, whether you agree or disagree, it's totally fine. And with that being said, I also want to put out there this promise. I think I said this before, but I'll say it again. First, we have an open door policy. Everybody's welcome to be part of this community, but you're not always going to like what people have to say. Sometimes you're going to agree with people, sometimes you don't. It is what it is. The last thing I want to say, and this will be the third promise, we're always going to be true to ourselves. This is not a monolith. This is black men who are individuals that come together to have a conversation. On to OPN and what that is. OPN is our main YouTube channel, which stands for Opinion Peace Network. The YouTube channel is an opinionated channel. So it's not necessarily fact-based, or is it like research-based? It's more an opinionated channel. So, Fit the Description at least what I want it to be, it's the flagship of OPN, the Opinion Piece Network. And I want to say this before I forget: a new chapter comes out every Saturday on YouTube and every Monday on every other platform. Check the links down below to see all the platforms that we upload fit the description to. Just so you're aware and you know when to catch us, we normally post every morning between 4 a.m. on Mondays, and then on Saturday, it's usually, because sometimes I forget, sometimes it's at 4. Usually I tend to post at 6 o'clock a.m. on YouTube. So just so you know, every Monday it will be 4 a.m. Pacific time. Every Saturday it will be between 4 and 6 a.m. Pacific time. So just be aware of that. But my goal and my future for OPN is to grow this brand into something bigger, to bring on more people, to just make this a place where you can hear various different people's and their opinions. It's not, like I said, it's not necessarily fact based, but it is more opinionated. So this is basically so you can hear how people really think, and that's the goal. Now, I'm not saying that we wouldn't put a news aspects onto this channel. I mean, we kind of do that and fit the description sometimes, but I want to say that we wouldn't want to put a news aspect on here, but that's going to come later. But just so you know, that OPN is an opinionated channel, so it's about opinion. So it's about hearing what people think and believe in, and going from there. So sometimes we get it right, sometimes we get it wrong, but at the end of the day, it's an opinion. And that's why for this channel, community is so important. Because if we do get things wrong, we want y'all to be involved, to let us know. Let us know when we say the wrong thing so we can correct it. And also to start conversation to make sure that we're always having a conversation, to make sure that we could talk about various different things. We're a very opinionated channel. We're all about opinions, right or wrong. We all believe that you're entitled to your opinion, and we want to hear from y'all. So one of the things I want to ask is, do us a favor. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow wherever you're listening to this at. Support the channel, support the brand, and help us grow, because that's the goal. The goal is that we want to grow and make this a bigger brand, and also grow the community and make sure that we have a good, healthy community. Also, make sure you comment down below, because sometimes we'll read them off, sometimes we'll answer your questions, sometimes we may make it a topic, and heck, depending on who wants to, we may even invite you on the channel to have a conversation over here on YouTube. So make sure to comment down below so you get a chance to be a part of the podcast, or if things grow, be part of the channel. We'll see what happens. So help us grow the brand and help us build this community. And it's real simple. Just like, subscribe, follow, wherever you're at, wherever you're listening to this at, just hit that button and, help us grow, help us build, help us become bigger than what we are today, and help us grow this community. I haven't done this in a while, but I do want to go ahead and shout out our international fans out there that are outside the U.S. I want to let y'all know we see y'all. We appreciate y'all. Thank you for checking us out. I hope y'all keep rocking with us. We really want to grow, and we don't want to leave y'all out, because we see y'all checking us out from time to time. So we want to thank y'all, and hopefully y'all will stick with us. Who knows? Maybe if we get big enough, we'll come out your way one day. And maybe, who knows? Maybe we'll bring one of y'all on and, hear your perspective on things. Now, with that being said, let me go ahead and let you know about the channels that we have and tell you about each one. And if you want to know what any of them are, check the links down below. I'll have all our links down below, so you can check us out wherever we're at. Like I said, again, you can check us out here on YouTube, OPN. This is where you get the full podcast. But if you want clips of the Fit the Description podcast, make sure to check out our clips channel on YouTube called Fit the Description Podcast. We normally do 2 clips a week, and we do one Saturday short. So, and we actually may be expanding because we do have a channel made on TikTok, and we do also have a channel on Instagram, but we're trying to decide if we want to spread out there. So we're trying to figure it out, but we'll see what happens. So we may be coming to Instagram and TikTok. Again, we basically go to the places where we're wanted. So if you want us there, we'll be there. But again, that's kind of in talks. But you probably will see us start posting stuff there, at least the shorts. But we'll see what happens. I do want to talk about this because I know we talked about it before, but we do have a Patreon, OPN, or is it under Opinion Peace Network? I don't know. It'll be on the screen. But just so you know, we're not really putting a lot of work onto that channel right now, only because we don't have enough traffic on there to really, add a lot of content. We do have some content on there, so just so you know, if you go there, there will be some exclusive stuff. We do some React videos on there. I know I'm actually looking for another one. I don't know what happened to it, but I plan on uploading another React video. I'm just trying to find where I put it at. But we also have some exclusive, podcasts on there. So I definitely recommend that you check it out. But just so you know, we're probably not going to really support it like that until we increase our audience. But just so when you go there, you're not just left with nothing. I do want to let you know that we do have content there and we do upload gradually or as much as we can. But I'm also thinking about maybe moving off of Patreon, going to another platform, or basically going to another platform. And the same thing that you'll find on the Patreon, you also find on this other platform. We're also on the Wisdom app, just so you know. Well, I should say I'm on the Wisdom app. It was supposed to be a lot more people, but it just wound up being me. And all I do on there is ramble. So if you would just want to hear me ramble and just talk about things that just pop up in my head, some stuff's good, some stuff, it's whatever. But it's basically me just rambling. There's no thought. There's no like, oh, there's no planning. There's not really much planning at all. It's just rambling. That's all it is. It's just you don't know what's gonna happen, what comes out of my mouth. You don't know who's gonna be on there because I do invite guests on. But check out the Wisdom app and shout out to the Wisdom app because the only reason why we're there is because they hit us up and asked us to be a part of their platform. And so, like I said before, we will go where we're wanted. So if you want us over there, we will be there. We also have a bunch of random people on there that just go on there and just answer random questions. So if you want to just hear from random people their thoughts on random questions, you can also check that out too on the Wisdom app. I basically go on there once a week, every week, maybe miss one or two, but for the most part, every week I go on there once a week. So you gotta catch me. If you catch me, you can hear me talk and just hear me ramble. So that's the Wisdom app. We also have a Twitter, but just so you know, mostly on the Twitter, I just try to post things to help out people or to inform people. So that's kind of what it's for. So it's not really active, but we do have one, so you can check that out there too. Remember, all the links will be down below. I also want to shout out the people over there on Rumble. I see y'all likes. I see y'all listen to this from time to time. And for that, I want to thank y'all. I just want to make sure that I reach out and tell y'all what's up because I do see y'all over here supporting the podcast. We definitely appreciate it. And hopefully, y'all over there on Rumble will also help us grow too. Again, the reason why we're over there is just so we have a backup. So just in case anything happens here on YouTube, we will be on Rumble if you want to find us. I know that we talk a lot about the website and understand we do want to make it, but that's way down the line and that's not going to happen till we grow this audience or we grow this brand. But just so you know, so you're aware now that when we actually create the website, everything on the Patreon or the other platform that we decide to go to will also be put on the website behind a paywall. The goal is that we want to have a membership page. On the membership page, you can get access to everything on the Patreon or the other platform that we decide to go to. So, but again, that's far into the future. But also, once we do that, We also want to offer really cool stuff too, but I'm going too far ahead. That is literally for the future, and we're not going to get there until we grow this community. So that's going to be a ways away. But once we grow this community and it gets bigger, then we'll probably start working on that, and then you'll be able to see what we're going to do and what we're trying to do and how we're trying to build. Stay tuned for that. And again, make sure to follow and subscribe. Help us grow, help us build, so we can get there, and so we can start giving y'all pretty cool stuff. At least I think it's gonna be cool, but we'll see what happens. So outside of all of that, I'll end with just the update on our plans for the rest of the year. And there's not really much to say, so I'm probably gonna get through this pretty quickly. But the big thing is this: is that right now we're trying to decide if we want to take a break in December instead of January, because typically we tend to take a break in January and come back in February. But I was thinking this year maybe we'll do it in December. I'm not sure. We're trying to figure it out. Actually, what we might do is that we might actually do a poll, and y'all can let us know what you think is best. Is it better to take a break in December, or is it better to take a break in January? I'm thinking January, but I know some people I talk to, they think December will be better to take a break. But y'all out there, let us know. Would it be better to take a break during December, or would it be better to take a break during January? And by the way, going back to the Clips channel, that month that we take a break, we typically put out 4 clips those weeks that we're not there. So you're technically getting, with the short, you're basically getting 5 clips a week. It's basically what you're going to get. So I'm going to go ahead and end this here. Episode 59 will be up next week, so stay tuned for that. And beyond that, I want to thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. We're trying to grow and we're trying to build. So I hope y'all are with us, and I hope y'all enjoy the next podcast. So with that being said, have a good one.